Hi friends, എല്ലാവർക്കും ബെനി മാച്ച് ഗ്രാമറിൻ്റെ മറ്റൊരു എപ്പിസോഡിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. Today we are going to deal with Kerala syllabus class 9 unit 2 chapter 3 Tolstoy farm. We are going to deal with the language activities of the chapter Tolstoy farm. So let us go.
Language activity, activity number 1. Read the following sentences from maternity. The child was condemned to die of hunger. The woman gave in to various cries of horror. She pressed the baby to her heart. Macaulay's heart trembled with joy. Now try to complete the table. Number 1. The child was condemned to die of hunger. Number 2. The woman gave in to various cries of horror. Number 3. She pressed the baby to her heart. Number 4. Macaulay's heart, right column, trembled with joy. So in the left column, the child, the woman, she and Macaulay's heart. In the right column, was condemned to die of hunger, gave vent to various cries of horror, pressed the baby to her heart. Fourth column, trembled with joy. A sentence usually has two parts, subject and predicate. Now read the passage below and identify the subjects and predicate. The little child was crying for milk. The little child is the subject, was crying for milk is the predicate. Macaulay had no money in his pocket to buy milk. Macaulay is the subject, had no money in his pocket to buy milk is the predicate. The poor boy approached the women around. The poor boy is the subject, approached the women around is the predicate. All the women in the camp who saw the child gave vent to cries of horror. All the women in the camp who saw the child is the subject, gave vent to cries of horror is the predicate. A kind Chinese woman finally gave it milk. A kind Chinese woman is the subject, finally gave it milk is the predicate. Let us split the subject and predicate parts of the sentence. The little child was crying for milk. The little child is the noun phrase, was crying for milk is the verb phrase. The little child, the is the determiner, little is the adjective, child is the noun. Was crying for milk, was helping verb, crying verb, for milk is prepositional phrase. Articles, possessives and demonstratives which come before a noun are called determiners. Articles a and d. Possessives my, our, your, his, her, their, its, Gandhiji's, etc. Demonstratives this, that, these, those. Now let us have a look at the following sentence. All the women in the camp who saw the child gave vent to cries of horror. Identify the noun phrase and the verb phrase. All the women in the camp who saw the child, that is the noun phrase, gave vent to cries of horror is the verb phrase. See the constituents of the noun phrase. All, predeterminer, the, determiner, women, noun, in the camp, prepositional phrase, who saw the child, relative, clause. Now complete the table. Women, noun, the women, determiner plus noun, all the women, predeterminer plus determiner plus noun, all the women in the camp, predeterminer plus determiner plus noun plus prepositional phrase, all the women in the camp who saw the child, predeterminer plus determiner plus noun plus prepositional phrase plus relative clause. Then analyze the subject part of the other sentences in the passage given above in the same way and identify the constituents. Then, what are your conclusions? A sentence has two parts. The subject part is usually a noun phrase. The noun phrase may consist of a noun. The predicate is usually a verb phrase. Look at the picture and identify the verb phrase in the sentences given below. The duckling left the pool. left the pool is the verb phrase. The duckling left the pool in the morning. Left the pool in the morning is the verb phrase. A fox was waiting for its prey. Was waiting for its prey is the verb phrase. The fox killed the duckling. Killed the duckling is the verb phrase. The fox took rest at the pond. Took rest at the pond is the verb phrase. The duckling died. Died is the verb phrase. Sentence 4. Now read the sentences again and identify the verb phrases along with its constituents. Left the pool in the morning. Left is the verb phrase. The pool, noun phrase. In the morning, prepositional phrase. Now read the sentences again and identify the verb phrase along with its constituents. Verb phrase, left. Verb phrase plus noun phrase, left the pool. Verb phrase plus prepositional phrase, left the pool in the morning. Verb phrase plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase, left the pool in the morning. Verb phrase plus noun phrase, left the pool. Verb phrase plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase, left the pool in the morning. Make sentences of your own with the following constituents in the verb phrase given below. Verb phrase. He slept. Verb phrase plus noun phrase. He bought an orange. Then verb phrase plus noun phrase plus adjective phrase. He made the team famous. Verb phrase plus adjective phrase plus noun phrase. Raju came with a wonderful idea. Verb phrase plus adverbial phrase plus prepositional phrase. Meera ran in the morning.
Hi friends, with this we have completed the language activities of the chapter Tolstoy. Thank you. Have a nice day.